Hello everyone, this is Helen H and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing fine today. We are finally digging out from a snowstorm that we had on Monday. The roads and everything thankfully now are clear, but we had here in Virginia a very wet 8 inches of snow, and it pulled down so many trees and power lines. It really looks like a war zone here. It's just crazy. Some people out here in my county, because I live in a rural county, still don't have power. Thankfully, where I live, my power lines are underground, so we had a lot of flickering, a lot of praying, but we never lost power. So I just wanted to show you a little project that I have been working on the last couple days, and I felt like Valentine's Day is coming up soon, and I wanted to try and make some Valentine clusters. So I will show you, if I can here, this disaster, which is my desk. Look at this mess. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, clusters are, my clusters anyway, are about 2 by 3 inches. I have maybe 50 pounds of stuff on my desk trying to make these little clusters, but I'm going to show you what I made, and then we'll maybe make one together. Now, I do have these on my Etsy shop. I have 3 sets of 6 clusters, and they are in my Etsy shop, which is linked below. But I just wanted to show you what they look like. This first one is more kind of retro looking. And so we've got this little one here. And we've got this little guy here. And that's like a blue fabric. It almost looks like denim behind him. Then we've got this cute little girl here, and she's got fabric and tulle and ribbon. And then we've got this little guy here, and he actually has a sparkly paper behind him. And then this little girl here with the rosy fabric behind her. I mean, there are multiple layers. All of them are multiple layers. There's a backing paper, then other paper, tulle, ribbon, or lace. And that's her. So that's one set. And then I've got like a more real romantic vintagey set here. And there's this one here. This set here all has some kind of flower embellishment on them. And this one. And this one. And all of my clusters are unique. Every one is different, of course. And a lot of time, this one has some French book page back here. Because if you use vintage items or scraps or stuff, you're not going to have real multiples of anything to put on. And this is a very romantic one here. These ones here, these are very like Victorian romantic. That one. This one has some sequins on it. And there's this one. And this one also with sequins. This one has some sequins. I just think they turned out so cute, and I'll tell you, they are super fun to make. So those are the 3 sets that I have, and like I said, they're linked below in my Etsy shop. But I thought we would make one, and I'll show you how I use all this mess here. So one of the reasons that we make clusters, well, I don't know, I credit Jessica Rapp really for making clusters popular. I don't know if she invented them, but she made them popular in the paper crafting. But is to use up scraps. And so, except for this sheet of paper here that has these 14s on it, and this sheet of paper here, which has all these Valentine images on it, I didn't want to use a whole sheet of paper. I wanted to try use up some scraps from my Valentine stash. So what I did was first I cut some bases out of cardstock, and some I tore. Some of these, like these, have torn edges, and then some I used my fancy scissors here. I'm seeing that, thankfully, a lot of people are starting to use their fancy edge scissors again, which is great because we need to get these things out. So I thought, you know, you have to have a base here. And for the image on this one, I do have a little bag of these little vintage images that I had cut out, printed and cut out. But I thought I would make use of this. This is a real scrap here. This is the back of a calendar from Dollar Tree, you know, where they have the 12 little pictures of what the each month's picture is. This is the back of one of the Dollar Tree candles from a couple years ago. Calendars from a couple years ago. So I thought I'd use that. And see, I just have all this mess here. So basically when I do this, I just kind of pick up stuff and I try not to overthink it, but because I'm me, I do a lot of overthinking, but I'm trying not to. So let's see. I kind of thought this cream paper looks nice too. I wonder, let me just do this. I have this tiny scrap of aqua paper lace there, and I'm just going to go ahead and staple that in place. And the reason I'm stapling it is because it's paper lace, and if you get glue behind there, it gets kind of, the glue seeps through and it gets kind of funked up, and you know how that is. So we've got something like that. We can put the tool over it, but that's the focal point. So, I mean, yes, the tool can be on top, but I think I'm going to put it underneath, but that's still not quite colorful enough for me. So let's put something else underneath there. Let's look at some of this paper. Oh, I do have some French book page here, but since this focal point is so big, well, I guess I could like put it up here and then put that and then put that. I don't like things lined up. I do like things kind of off center, and sometimes things are going to get covered up, but that's okay. All right, that's okay like this. I mean, this is the biggest focal point I have ever used on a cluster. You'll see usually they're smaller in the middle, but I want to use it. So I'm going to put that there. But I still think I need some more paper or something sticking off the other side. Oh, this is cute. This is just a little scrap with some ends of arrows on it. I wonder if I could just stick that. No, that's actually too white. I don't want that. Okay. We're going in here. We're going to take something from, does that go with that? No, not really. See, this is the problem with having too much stuff is you get overwhelmed. Do I want to use, another piece of paper. Not that one. This one? Ooh, we could try. Oh, here, I have a scrap of that already here. Oh, maybe that's just meant to be. Oh, yeah, that looks cute. That looks cute. Okay, we can do that. Now, what I'm going to do, though, before I do anything is I ink all the edges. And I'm just using the Fired Brick Distress ink. And I'm just giving it all a good little ink up here. You don't have to. I do on my regular clusters. I use Distress ink in Vintage Photo, or what's the darker stain? Oh, Walnut Stain. Where did I have that? I think I had that up there. See, I'm forgetting now. I just think it adds something to have some ink, but you certainly don't have to. Okay, so we were going to put that one. Let's put that behind that one. And then now, here's the thing. What happened to my tool? That's the thing. You'll lose your tool because it's very hard to see. There it is. Okay. So you want to put your, I mean, you all know how to make clusters, but just in case you don't, you want to put your staple right in the middle so it will hold all the pieces together. So I'm going to put it right there, and then you can kind of, well, that I stapled on separate, which is, look, it actually, this piece actually covered the staple there, so you can't even see it, which is cool. So I've got it all stapled, and I kind of just pull everything to make sure everything's nice and tight. Now, I don't like to staple on the focal point. I'm just going to actually trim this down and make it a little smaller because not always. Okay, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I don't like to impale something in the middle, like a person or a animal or a face or something like that. If it's just like flowers or something like that, I don't mind it. I don't mind sticking a staple through the middle of it. And sometimes I'll actually make like a cross in the like a X in the staples and accentuate the staples. But usually I am not going to staple through my final layer. So I'm just going to glue that on with, I'm using the Beacon foam and poster board adhesive, the stuff we used to get at the Dollar Tree. I don't know about you all, but my Dollar Tree does not carry it anymore. I've been looking and looking, because when they had it, I would buy a bottle every time I went, because this is really a good deal for $1, but they don't have it. They only have, I think, tacky glue anymore. So then I'm gonna actually offset that to this side a little bit. And I'm going to try to, the best I can, remove Holly's hair from there. I don't know how her hair gets up on my desk, since she does not. Okay, there we go. I hope I've been in camera. There we go. So it's still a nice and flat embellishment. So if you put this cluster in a journal or something, it's not going to bulk it up too much. But I do want to add some kind of bling to it. I do like to add either a flower or something like that. And I have here these little gem hearts. Now I don't know if Dollar Tree has these again this year. I think I got these either last year or the year before. So I think what I want to do is maybe just use some of these little hearts here. Yeah, I'm going to use some of this size heart and just put them up the side, and I think I'll use 3 of them because 3 is my favorite number. So these are sticky. These embellishments are sticky, and probably they'd be okay on paper, but I'm not sure if you can tell, but I do have the tool on the side there, and so I'm going to have to use a glue that's going to go through the tool and glue it to the paper underneath. So that's why I really want to push that down kind of hard so it will go through. See, I don't know if you can tell that, but there is some adhesive on these little things. I generally don't trust it, you know, unless it's something that's not going to get knocked about a lot. I think it would be fine, but if you're going to put a cluster in a journal or something that's going to be opened and closed and opened and closed, you probably would want to adhere just a little bit more glue to be on the safe side that it's not going to fall off. Okay. Okay, so I think I have those on pretty well. All right. There you go. Isn't that cute? And this, I mean, literally, this is just scraps, except for the little embellishments, the little gems. This is just scraps that have been in my Valentine's bag for a long, long time. And I will show you shortly, hopefully very shortly. I've been making myself work a minimum of an hour a day on my craft room, cleaning it up. And I'm getting there. I am getting there. So hopefully it won't be too long till I can do a craft room tour for you, and it won't be all the boxes like I said in a previous video. I'm not cleaning into the boxes and everything. I'm just getting it to a point where I can show you my craft room, and then maybe we'll do some sorting and cleaning out the individual boxes and so on and so forth. And I have to tell you, you can't see it and I'm not going to show it to you, but behind me is one of those big black contractor trash bags. Now these things are huge and they are heavy, and it is so full of stuff. I hope my husband is going to even be able to pick it up to take it to the trash. But it's mostly book covers I'm not using anymore. Ones I saved I thought I would use, and for whatever reason, like they were too big, I had to let them go. Some books that I just didn't want anymore. But I am donating anything that is absolutely reusable. I am donating. But just, I'm saying that just to remind you all that I am promising you a craft room tour. I have never done one, at least in this house. And so that will be coming up. So guys, get out your Valentine stuff and start making some cute little clusters. You could even use this as a little tuck spot. I mean, you could use it as a paper clip, attach a paper clip to the back, use it as a little tuck spot, just use it as an embellishment, put it on a small little note card, and then you've got cute little Valentine cards to give people. Make a banner, you know, and put this as the focal point on the pieces, whatever. It's limitless what you can do with these little things. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. As I've said before, I am struggling to get to 1,000. I really would appreciate if you're watching my videos, just hit the like button or hit the subscribe button or both. And guys, until the next video, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.